Dungeon Master Hotline. How can I help you?
Are we working?
We're working. What you got for me?
So I was talking with my wife last night about playing Dungeons and Dragons.
Okay.
And just hold up, this is a trigger. She said that she believes that nobody should be playing D&D, and anybody that does has nothing better to do with their life. So what I want to know is how I can convince her that that isn't the case.
Okay. Does she have a sister by chance?
She does.
Okay. So
Who
maybe
is kind of interested in playing.
All right. So for one, pack your things. No, I'm joking. How do you convince you? So she's in a pretty firm position against D&D. This isn't even like I'm curious. This is just like, no, I'm good, thanks. And she's also, man, it's not even like no thanks. It's people who play D&D are less than. Where do you even go from there? Why? So what D&D player hurt her? Like why does she hate D&D?
She's never really been into fantasy. She kind of thinks it's goofy and weird. She thinks it's for, I don't know, in her words, it would be losers. But I'm super into it. I love video games. I love all sorts of nerdy stuff. And so.
Does she think you're a loser?
No.
Well, there's at
Just
least
to clear that up.
There's at least one D&D player that is not a loser.
She knows other people that play, and so I brought that up to her, and she didn't have anything to say about it, but she just still seems, for some reason, seems like there's nothing. She doesn't. I don't know.
Listen, bud, this is DM hotline, not relationship hotline.
Fair enough.
I would say so. First of all, she's not interested. So hang that up. You're just gonna have to come to terms with the fact that that's just not something you're gonna share with each other.
Fair enough.
D&D is not gonna be a thing that the two of you can do together. Maybe she'll change her mind, but it doesn't sound like it from the way you described it.
And then I do have a Dungeon Master question here.
Oh my goodness. Okay, that's the good stuff. Get me out of here. Get me out. Yeah. We got too real. I need get me out of here.
I'm wanting to run a game that is set in a time loop. Sort of like Majora's Mask-esque. And I'm wondering any ideas that you might have, just any bits of inspiration almost.
Okay, so you want to run a game that's in a time loop. So you want the day to start over, or you want like every few days the time to just reset?
Yeah.
Okay. What reason? Start there.
Because I haven't seen it done.
Okay. I mean, that's
in a D&D space anyway.
That's a good enough reason, I think. Yeah, so games like Majora's Mask are really fun. So what I would do is I would play games like that. Games like Majora's Mask, Deathloop, any game, a movie like Groundhog Day, anything that has that time loop feature that you're looking for, and then kind of look at what's the games, especially because you want to look at what's fun about that. So for me, Majora's Mask was fun because it was fun going around this world and learning the routines, and then using that information to progress the game. That was such a really fun concept. And you can do that. So you're going to need to come up with a lot of routines. You need to have however many days you have planned. You need to have a very strict routine that gets followed every day for your players to learn. That's the key, is they need to learn it. They need to take notes about the routine. And you need to, and the first thing you should do is just write down all of the key NPCs, write down their routines. We'll say 3 days, what they do over the course of 3 days. And then once you have that strict routine, you can start putting things in for them to recover, reset, and then act on in order to change the routine and gain more information and progress the story. Just like a Majora's Mask. That's definitely doable. It sounds fun. I would play in that game. I would be excited about playing that game.
Yeah, I was thinking about having where something happens right as soon as they wake up, right? That they're going to miss the first time guaranteed. So it's just little things like that. But then I was wondering how I'm going to make it so it doesn't get repetitive and monotonous.
So the way,
because they just keep waking up the same time every time. Yeah.
The way to prevent it from getting repetitive and monotonous is to give them lots of options. The only thing that should be the same is the wake up. And remember in Groundhog Day, that same alarm clock kept going off. Once that alarm clock goes off, they have options. Sure. You don't want them to follow a linear path over and over again. You want them to branch out from the linear path. The thing about the time loop is that they should have too many options at the beginning where they need to go back in time in order to complete them. So let's say you put a park, a cave, and a castle as you. Let's say those are just 3 options. And at the end of the 3 days, maybe the castle burns down or there's a riot that prevents people from being able to go in. The cave collapses at the end of the 3 days, and then maybe the park has, something dramatic happens at the park, a sinkhole.
Sure.
So if you put that urgency there, they have to go back in time in order to check out those things. So they need those options. So once time resets, the party can go, okay, do we want to go to the park before the sinkhole and see what causes the sinkhole? Maybe we can prevent it. Do we want to go to the castle, see what causes the riot? Do we want to go to the cave, see what causes the collapse? The reset should be the point that unlocks options for them. And their options should become more and more limited over time until the reset comes back. Ooh, Edge of Tomorrow is another good movie. That's one of my favorite,
all right,
over and over again time loop movies.
Yeah, I like that one. Yeah.
Yeah, so there you go. Try that.
Right on. Right on. Thank you very much.
And good luck with the relationship situation.
Yeah.
Later.
Okay, thank you. Bye.
Wife thinks D&D players are nerds. I do not accept it. Live, die, repeat. Yeah. Homer's the best boy. What's he doing? I'm over there being precious. But she's right though, Lo. Why did she? Well, I'm not going down that road. We're not going down that road. Okay. Steely Sam's the marriage counselor? No. He needs a new wife. All right, Chad, that's enough.